Young Bucks have teased an AEW departure. Elimination Chamber matches have been confirmed, and multiple big returns are also planned for Elimination Chamber next weekend. It's all in the wrestling news right now. Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace where you... It's beautiful. Bucks news to get started.
What could it mean, Tom? What could it mean?
Well, don't you cry no more, because in a deleted Twitter bio, because that's how they communicate, via changing their bio. I bet they were brilliant on MySpace.
I don't know what MySpace is, Tom.
Oh, I'm very old.
Would you care to enlighten the masses?
It was, so basically, it was Twitter and Facebook before them things came along. So you'd have your MySpace page. That basically, you'd have your photo, you'd have your bio, you'd have your top 9 friends.
Only 9?
Oh, well, you'd have more, but then you'd have like a top 9. So then, and you would move. So like, if you got a girlfriend, then she'd move into number 1.
Well,
but you'd have to move others, and it was very political. It was a hot mess. I imagine they'd be brilliant on that because instead of having posts and stuff, we'll get to the news in a minute. You'd have bulletins.
Yeah.
So like, you put out a bulletin, and I'd have quite a few like mates. Big love to my mate Simon, who admittedly is a very emo boy, and I love him to death. Like, he'd always put like emo bulletins where he'd be like, sad tonight, and you're like, oh yeah, there you go. So like, it was like status updates, but they were bulletins. And Young Bucks, right? Young Bucks, if they had MySpace, this would be a bulletin where they change their Twitter bio to less than a year left. Where does the time go?
They could be talking about their 15-year warranty on that sofa from DFS.
I mean, it is
you
coming
never
up.
know.
The sale's still on, by the way.
Yes, it always is. But yes, it looks like they're hinting at maybe departing. 2024 looks like being a bumpy year in AEW for contracts and like. Obviously, MJF always goes on about the war of 2024. It looks like the Young Bucks could be in that same war on the side of MJF. Or maybe on the other side, trying to kick him out the company. I don't know, just speculating recklessly now.
I think that's kind of what we all do when we see something like this, but I think that's what the Young Bucks want us to do. They obviously, that was their bio for a bit. It's since changed to nothing, and their location has changed to question mark.
Oh, parts unknown.
Destination unknown. And parts unknown. What do you see with the Bucks going forward?
They'll sign a new deal. They're quite happy. Yeah, they're just teasing. They're just tickling the bollocks. I can never imagine now, let alone any point over the past 5 or whatever years they've been at the top of the business in many respects, going to the WWE. That's the only place you expect them to go, unless they fancy like an excursion, like a Kota Ibushi going around the world, the Moxley tour before he went somewhere and did things.
FTR planning something similar. They just want to just have a year where they just do a few choice events.
Yeah, I don't know. The world is literally their oyster.
It certainly is their oyster. And I reckon they'd put that as a MySpace bulletin if they had a chance.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Elimination Chamber next weekend. We've only just had the Rumble, it feels like.
Next weekend, did you say?
Next weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
Next weekend. Several big matches set for the Chamber as of Raw last night. Isn't that right, Ross?
Yes, Bobby Lashley will be taking on Brock Lesnar. Bobby, I go to bed with my wife, and 4 to 5 hours later, all I'm thinking about is Bobby Lashley. That's the words of Brock Lesnar there. As he had a $5 denim jacket on, he whacked it open, $1 million contract inside. He wants Bobby and Lashley to sign it for that match at Elimination Chamber next week on Raw. It looks like it's going to happen. Brock Lesnar laid out Bobby Lashley with an F5.
I just feel bad for Sable.
Hey, more power to her.
It's that meme in it where she's can you put the meme behind us, and where the woman's going, I wonder what he's thinking about, and it's him asleep to Bobby. Can you do that, Owen? Thanks, Owen.
Or the Randy Marsh thing with all the jizz on the wall and just put Bobby somewhere on the screen.
Do that as well, Owen. He doesn't get Owen to do. Oh, Owen, can you also do the meme with the jealous girlfriend where he's turning around and Sable's there, Brock's turning around and looking at Bobby.
We're young and cool.
There you go. We know all the memes.
Elsewhere, the US title elimination chamber match is now complete. The lineup is there. Damian Priest defeated Angelo Dawkins in a ding-dong battle to end them all, and then Montez Ford, he did his alley-oop thing over the corner post on the arena floor, then he did his big frog splash to defeat another man to qualify for the thing.
He did indeed qualify for the thing by defeating a man.
I've forgotten who the man was.
It's Elias, isn't it?
Elias, that's the one. It's easy to... Yeah.
Is it him or Ezekiel?
He's nothing these days, is he?
So off they go into the Elimination Chamber along with Johnny Gargano, Bronson Reed, Seth Rollins and Austin Theory. That's a workhorse chamber, isn't it?
Yeah, there's going to be lots of things happening in that chamber.
I think that could potentially be, in terms of in-ring, the best chamber.
Yeah. shades of the IC title chamber from all those years ago.
Oh no, it's
the best chamber of all time.
Daniel Bryan going, everyone look, here's Ryback. Woo, that's great. Thanks. I hate it. Carmella's in the chamber as well.
And by the way, she had a go at Carmelo Hayes for stealing someone's gimmick, brother. She's on there with a Lita-esque thong last night.
Oh, what?
I was shocked and appalled.
Disgraceful.
Couldn't believe
I
it.
clutched to my pearls seeing Carmella's thong.
Anyway, we had Candice LeRae sort of stacked up in the corner. Carmella does some stuff in the corner, then Piper Niven flies in with a big bomb in the corner, and then that allows Carmella to sort of just pull Candice LeRae in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. In a way, Piper Niven did the hard work, but in a way, Carmella was the thinking woman's champion.
Certainly.
I don't know what I'm doing now, Tom.
The thinking woman's champion joins Asuka, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Natalya, and Nikki Cross inside the chamber. The winner faces Bianca Belair at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's title. Carmella Belair, roll it back, kids. Roll it back.
Has it ever happened before?
Oh, they had. I feel like they feuded for years, and they gave us Belair versus Carmella nearly at SummerSlam, and that was where Becky Lynch turned up and went, "I'll beat you in 12 seconds for the fun." We also have a tag match set for the chamber, don't we?
Yeah, the opening segment of last night's Raw, Edge and Beth Phoenix are out there. Dom and the Judgment Day came down and basically they just say, yes, let's have a match at Elimination Chamber, and then Finn goes, Finn is in! And also Mami is too, so it'll be Beth Phoenix and Edge taking on the mother, Rhea Ripley. Big ups to the mother and your boy Finn Balor.
I was kind of hoping that we get Rhea Ripley, big ups to the mama, and Beth Phoenix one-on-one in a no disqualification barnstormer.
We could set this up at Elimination Chamber and do it at the Mania.
I mean, we could do it at the Mania.
Or the Mamia.
No, because the Mania, she's fighting for the title.
Of course she bloody well is.
She's
at
fighting
the
for the
SummerSlammy, Mammy, we could do that.
She's fighting. Yeah, I kind of would prefer to see that at the Mania.
Yeah.
With the greatest respect to Rhea, I'd love to see with the belt. That'd be nice. But I feel like Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley just tearing shreds off each other in LA.
I don't know, just watching Rhea Ripley just pummel Charlotte Flair would be quite nice. Even though Charlotte Flair's a babyface, seeing Rhea Ripley do that would be still quite nice.
What the hell am I doing drinking in LA? Watching this match. So that's happening at the Judgment Day. That's happening at the Elimination Chamber, featuring the Judgment Day. Now, we saw Lita on Raw last night.
We did.
This was a lovely surprise, wasn't it?
It was. Bayley was taking on Becky Lynch in that steel cage match that didn't happen on Raw XXX, but is happening on last night's Raw. It looks like Damage Control are going to get the victory in a poo house way. Io Sky's climbing up the cage. She's knocking Becky Lynch off the top of the cage back into the ring. Dakota Kai is throwing in a bloody crutch, for goodness sake. It looks like Bayley's going to win, but down comes Lita. She swings the door into Bayley's head. Bayley goes back into the cage and everyone has a nice time.
That's a lovely way to describe it. I like that. I like that a lot. 4 stars. So why is Lita back now? Well,
I don't know, Tom. Why don't you tell us?
Well, we have a theory, a game theory. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful endorses a tweet by WKRD Wrestling. And Sean didn't want to retweet it because it said it contained spoilers, and that's fine. We're going to spoil it here. They tweeted before Raw, expect Lita tonight, Trish next week, Becky, Trish, Lita against Damage Control at Elimination Chamber.
An Elimination Chamber is where, Tom? It's in the home of that Trish Stratus.
It's in Canada. The Grand Canada.
I did like the way that Sean Ross Sapp endorsed that thing. He was like, he got that bit right, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's basically all he did.
That's like how those Nintendo NES games in the past had the silver seal of approval on. That's what that is. I'm Sean Ross Sapp and I approve this message.
He's Uncle Howdy now, is he?
He is Uncle Howdy too. Yes, I mean, that's a fun 6-woman
tag. That's a WrestleMania match, isn't it?
That's a Mania match again, isn't it? You've got 2 nights of WrestleMania to populate. If you've not got The Rock involved.
Triple H is just spunking his load early. It's incredible.
He's given us a lot early, getting that and Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns at the Chamber.
I know, yeah.
The Chamber does not have the right to be this intriguing.
You remember the days when it was like the pay-per-view between Rumble and Mania was like predictable, a bit of a sleeper event. It just was like, it's happening. Who cares really? Let's just get to WrestleMania. Now, I don't give a toss about WrestleMania.
This is WrestleMania. Do you remember the year where they did 2?
Yeah.
I think they did Chamber and they did Roadblock. It's like, stop, just give us Mania now, you cowards.
That gave us Dean Ambrose in the main event. What more do you want?
Actually, and a near fall that stopped my heart, if memory serves. Dean Ambrose and Triple H, if memory serves. But yes, I mean, again, a match that looks like it's on the card for Chamber in Canada. Should be a belter, that one as well. Yeah, Chamber's looking great. Chamber is looking great. Top marks, WWE. Go and have another biscuit. And we'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe.
Carry on my wayward son.